Yo, have you ever wondered why some people flex about their income while others are more into talking about their net worth? And when we look at the richest people in the world, do they really flaunt their paycheck or their overall wealth? It's time to get real about this. Net worth and income are two totally different beasts. But which one is more important when it comes to securing your financial freedom and building wealth? Let's break it down. But before we get started, let me ask you this. What if I told you that your income doesn't tell the full story of your wealth? And what if net worth isn't the golden ticket it's often cracked up to be? Stick with me, because we're about to dive deep into the financial world, and I'm going to help you level up your understanding of both. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to understand which one truly sets you up for long-term success. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. It's not just about the money coming in. All right, first things first. We need to understand what we're actually talking about. If we want to have a real conversation about wealth, we have to know the difference between net worth and income. Let's break it down. Net worth is the sum of everything you own. Your assets minus everything you owe. Your liabilities. It's a financial snapshot of your entire life. Imagine it as a financial balance sheet that accounts for everything you have. We're talking about your house, your car, savings, investments, business ventures, and even things like art collections or rare sneakers that appreciate in value. But here's the twist. It's also factoring in your debts, like student loans, credit card balances, or that car loan you can't seem to pay off. Net worth gives you the full picture of your financial situation. It's like putting together a puzzle of your financial life. And trust me, once you understand this concept, it'll completely change how you view your wealth. Income is the money you earn, whether it's from your job, side hustles, investments, or passive income streams. This is the money flowing into your bank account. Income can be regular, like a paycheck, or sporadic, like from a freelance gig, or even one-time revenue from selling something big. But unlike net worth, income is just a temporary inflow of cash. It's great in the moment, but it doesn't necessarily create long-term wealth. Income doesn't grow over time unless you manage it properly. So while net worth gives you the big picture of your financial health, income is just a snapshot of how much money you're making right now. And trust me, the difference is huge. Now let's talk about income. The first thing people usually think about when they picture a rich person is how much money they make. We see someone driving a fancy car or living in a mansion, and we automatically assume they're swimming in cash. But hold up, let me hit you with something. What if I told you that the person living paycheck to paycheck could be making a whole lot more than the one with a huge net worth? Let me give you a real example. Imagine a professional athlete, say a basketball player. They might be pulling in millions of dollars a year. But guess what? If they're not careful, that money can disappear real quick. They're living a high-risk lifestyle with lots of expenses, private jets, luxury cars, custom homes, and big entourages. Now let's throw in another factor, bad investments. If that player is spending all their money on depreciating assets, like custom cars, or a bunch of luxury watches, then no matter how much income they have, their net worth is going to take a dive. A good example here would be rapper 50 Cent. The guy had a massive income back in the day from music and business deals, but he filed for bankruptcy despite making tens of millions. Why? Because of bad investments, a lavish lifestyle, and poor money management. The truth is, if you're not focusing on your net worth, you could be the highest paid person in the room and still not be wealthy. Just because someone makes a lot of money doesn't mean they're financially secure. It's easy to get caught up in the income game, thinking that if you earn a high salary, you're automatically wealthy. But the truth is, without proper money management, you could be running on a hamster wheel, never building true wealth. All right, now that we've broken down income, let's talk about the power of net worth. Net worth is like your financial backup plan. It's built from assets, things that hold or grow in value over time. Think real estate, stocks, bonds, and business equity. That's the kind of stuff that really sets you up for long-term wealth. The power of net worth lies in the fact that it's tied to appreciating assets, while income is just about what you earn now. Let me hit you with a few examples of people who understood the power of net worth. Look at Warren Buffett. His income from investments and businesses may fluctuate, but his net worth, it grows every year. Why? Because of his assets. Buffett doesn't just rely on salary. His wealth grows by owning valuable things that appreciate over time, like companies, real estate, and stocks. Now, let's think about real estate. Real estate is a perfect example of an asset that builds long-term wealth. Imagine you buy a house, and after a few years, it appreciates in value. That increase in value goes straight to your net worth. That's not something that happens with income. Even if you make $100,000 a year, if you're not investing in appreciating assets, your financial situation will likely stay stagnant. The beauty of building your net worth is that once you acquire assets, you're creating a stream of wealth that works even while you sleep. That's the secret sauce to long-term wealth. Want to know a secret? You can actually grow your wealth without having to work constantly. That's right. If you build your net worth strategically, you can make money while you do literally nothing. Sounds crazy, right? But this is exactly what the richest people in the world do. You've heard me talk about income and net worth separately, but here's the truth. You need both. You want your income to be high enough so you can invest in building your net worth. But you also need to be smart about building assets that will keep growing over time. The goal is to create a cycle where your income feeds into your assets, and your assets create more wealth, which will increase your net worth. It's like a snowball effect of financial freedom. Let's break it down in a few steps. If you're stuck in a job that doesn't pay well or isn't offering growth opportunities, it's time to think about leveling up. This could mean asking for a raise, changing jobs, or starting a side hustle. A small increase in your income can make a huge difference in your ability to save, invest, and build wealth. But here's the thing. Don't let your newfound income go to your head. The goal is to leverage that income for wealth building, not to spend it on things that depreciate. Once you've increased your income, it's time to put that cash to work. You need to focus on building assets, investing in things that appreciate over time. That means buying real estate, investing in stocks, or even starting a business. The key here is to think long term. You're not just spending for today, you're investing in your future self. And trust me, the earlier you start building your net worth, the easier it'll be to achieve long-term wealth. Okay, so you've got your income flowing and you're investing in assets. But now you need to protect that wealth. That means paying down debt, cutting unnecessary expenses, and making sure your investments are secure. You don't want to be the person with a huge asset portfolio but drowning in debt. Instead, focus on minimizing liabilities while building your assets. The more assets you have, the less likely you are to fall into the trap of living paycheck to paycheck. Let's bring this to life with some real-world examples. Let's say Karen works in corporate and earns $150,000 a year. She has a nice apartment, an expensive car, and goes on fancy vacations. But here's the kicker. She's got $100,000 in student loan debt, a car loan, and credit card debt. Despite her high income, her net worth is only around $50,000. Why? Because her money isn't working for her. She's spending everything she makes and not building her assets. Now, let's look at James. He's a small business owner making $60,000 a year. He's not rolling in cash, but he's using his income strategically. He buys rental properties and invests in the stock market. His net worth is over $500,000, even though he makes half of what Karen makes. Why? Because his assets, real estate, investments, are growing in value, while Karen's income is only paying off her debts. So, which is more important, net worth or income? The truth is, they both matter. Income is the starting point, it's the engine that drives your ability to create wealth. But it's your net worth, the accumulation of assets, that truly defines your financial future. So, stop chasing a high paycheck and start building your financial empire. Focus on accumulating assets that appreciate in value and let your income work for you, not the other way around. If you've learned something from this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment about which one you think matters more. Do you focus on increasing your income, or are you building assets for the long run? Let me know. Keep leveling up your financial knowledge, and I'll catch you in the next video. Stay wealthy, my friends.